My son just turned 18 and he woke up with something that most adults can only dream about, a 767 credit score. He didn't do anything too crazy. There wasn't any financial wizardry. It was just one simple thing that we did when he was 15 years old. And today I'm gonna tell you what we did, why it matters, and what you can do if you didn't get this opportunity that he did at 15. But first things first, I didn't grow up like my son. I never learned about credit. They didn't teach it at school. My parents didn't teach it. Matter of fact, my parents told me stay away from credit cards because they're dangerous. I'm 39 years old now and I had to learn the hard way. So I promised myself when I have kids, they're not gonna have to go through what I had to go through to learn about credit. So why exactly is credit even important? I want y'all to think of credit like a report card for adults, except they're not using your grade to determine if you should get the honor roll, but instead they're using your credit score to determine if you can get like a car loan or a home loan or sometimes even a job. It's a simple little 3-digit number that ranges from 300, that's really bad, and 850, that's great. So the higher your score, the more doors that open for you. So let me break it down real quick. If you got a credit score below a 580, that's no good. Ain't nobody gonna open up any doors for you. If you're between 580 and 669, that's better. You can get a home or you can get something, but it's probably gonna come with a really high interest rate. If you're between 740 and 799, then you're doing better than most people. You're doing pretty good, and you could probably get anything that you desire. And if you're over an 800, congratulations. Every bank literally is fighting to get you to spend money with them. You're gonna get all kind of stuff in the mail. Talking about, hey, a new credit card. You've been pre-approved. All of that stuff. So let me put some real numbers behind this so it can make sense. If you're buying a home, and let's say that this home is about $300,000, right? If you're at the 740 and above credit score, you could probably right now get an interest rate for about 5.5, maybe even 6% right now with a credit score like that. And this would average around about a $1,700 mortgage if, of course, you made a down payment. But if you had bad credit, let's say like 580 or below, it's gonna be really hard to get anybody to work with you. But if they did work with you, but that same $300,000 home, you can see an interest rate anywhere from 8.5 to 10.5%. And this will balloon your monthly payments from $1,700 to about $2,300 to maybe $2,600 a month. So that's an additional $600 to $900 a month just because of your bad credit. And it's not even just for homes. If you go buy a car with bad credit, they're gonna hit you with a crazy interest rate. Everywhere you go with bad credit, you're gonna have to pay more interest or not get the thing at all. You know what's crazy about credit is back before the 1950s, they didn't even really have a credit score. You got things based off of your relationships with people, based off of what they knew about you, your face-to-face conversation, and a handshake. Literally, the quality of your handshake determined if you could get a loan back in the day. But then along came the credit bureaus and they built algorithms that simplified the trust factor into a simple score. I know it's strange, but it is the reality of today. So what we did for my son when he turned 15, we added him as an authorized user on our credit card. So he didn't even get a credit card. I mean, they did send him one in the mail, but just because he was an authorized user on our account, he got to privilege off of our good spending habits. So from 15 to 18, he got a 3-year head start of credit history. And on his 18th birthday, he had a 767 credit score. It was that simple. He's got friends right now that don't even know anything about credit and they're already making bad financial decisions. And I know not everybody had parents like us. So if you were one of those people who didn't and you're smacked in the face with reality of credit, I'm gonna break down how you can make your credit better. So you got things that are determining your credit score. The biggest one is 35%, and that's your payment history. Just making sure that you pay your payments on time. Next is 30%, and that's your debt utilization. That means how much of your actual credit have you used? So if you have like a $10,000 credit limit, are you over $2,000? Are you over $3,000? Are you over $4,000? What's the percentage of credit that you're actually using? The lower it is, the better the number. Then you have your length of credit history. That's 15% of your overall score. So how long have you had credit? So if you're trying to build your credit from nothing to something, what you're going to realize is that not a lot of people want to give you credit. So you got to figure out ways to even start. For me, when I joined the Air Force, we had credit unions on base. So I just went to one and they saw that I had a steady paycheck. So they gave me a car loan. My first car was $4,500. I paid that off and I got some pretty decent credit out of that. And then from there, I just kept mixing up my credit, different things. And now I got an excellent credit score. But if you don't, and you don't have access to like a credit union or they don't want to work with you, then you can do some creative things. One of my first recommendations is to get like a secured credit card. And these are like credit cards with training wheels. And what I mean by that is an unsecured credit card, they just have a limit. It says you got a $2,000 limit, you got a $5,000 limit. A secured credit card, you can only spend what you put into it. So like if you put $200 cash on your credit card, now you can use that $200 cash. You can only use what you put towards the card. But the good thing about it is that every time you use this card, it's reported to the credit bureaus and it helps you build your score. You also have what they call credit builder loans, and it's similar to a secure credit card. The only difference is this is a loan. So just like it was with the secure credit card, you can only use what you pay. So for these credit builder loans, they basically take out a loan for $10,000 that you cannot have access to until you put $10,000 worth of cash into this account. And then once you put the money into the account, they'll let you pull out the loan. And sometimes these loans come with a little bit of extra interest on them because they've been sitting in a bank account growing that interest. So you're literally paying yourself to boost your credit. If you don't want to do a secure credit card or a credit builder loan, then one of the best things you can do is report your rent. Apps like Rent Ready, Rent Reporters, I think Experian Boost, all of these different things can let you report your rent. And you can do this with other things too, not just your rent, like your cell phone payments or your Netflix account or anything that you're making a payment on. You can report the payment so you can start building some credit. But if you want to become part of the credit elite and get that 800 or more credit score, there's some things that you should be doing that most people don't tell you about. So as far as your credit usage, you want to keep that at 10% if you're trying to become part of the elite who have a credit score over 800. So most people would say keep your credit below 30%, but you cannot get over an 800 credit score if you're over 10%. Also, you should never close credit account. I know sometimes when you pay off a card, you're like, you know what? I'm done with this card. I want it out of my life, and you close the account. That actually hurts you more than it does good. The best thing you could do is just stop using that credit card, throw it away, but keep the account open because it hurts you. You should also set up automatic payments. I always hear people saying, I don't want to set up automatic payments. I don't want them knowing my information. Look, I've been using automatic payments for the last 19 years. Ain't nobody took my money. Ain't nothing crazy happened. But one thing that does for sure happen is all my payments are made on time. I don't have to worry about paying any bills because I set it up automatic payment. Boom, it's taken out. And I know I'm going to have the money in my account because I know I'm responsible enough to keep the money in my account to pay my bills. So just be responsible. Also, you should be asking for credit limit increases every 6 to 12 months. The higher your credit amount, the more room you have for credit usage. So let's say you ask for a $5,000 raise on your credit card and you used to have a $10,000 credit card. Now you have $15,000 worth of credit. So you have more room for credit utilization. We got to stop making those minimum payments. You're never going to get to the 800 credit score with minimum payments. Not only will you not get to the 800 credit score, but you're also going to never pay off this credit card. Minimum payments take forever to pay off credit cards, and you pay a lot of money in interest paying the minimum amount. You also want to mix it up. You don't want just credit cards. You don't just want a home. You want a lot of different utilizations of credit. Don't be afraid. I think I have like 19 different credit accounts. So the more you have, the better it looks on you because you're maintaining all of them responsibly. And then you want to check your credit score regularly. You have apps like Credit Karma. You have your banking apps. They let you check your FICO score. You want to check this regularly to make sure that nothing happened that you weren't aware of. That way you don't have any surprises. And my last little tip that people with elite credit scores are doing, they're getting these nice fancy luxury credit cards like your American Express Platinum or other credit cards like that. My wife and I, we have the American Express, but we also use the Southwest travel card more than anything. And what that does is it allows us to get a companion pass. So anytime somebody gets a ticket for Southwestern or Southwest, whatever it is, somebody can fly for free. And all we do is use this credit card for our daily spending. So whatever we're going to buy that we would normally buy with cash, we use the credit card. And then at the end of the month, we pay the credit card off. We get all kind of points for doing it. And then we get to use those points for flying or whatever we want to use them towards. And that's what people are doing who are over the 800 credit score. That's what I'm teaching my son to do. And hopefully that's what I can teach you all to do. So make sure you treat your credit like it's important. Like I say, it's your adult report card. Now, I know some people may believe that military people don't understand credit like that. And that is a myth. And what I found is there's a whole lot of myths that people don't understand about military members. And I actually made a video about 10 myths that people get wrong about the military. If you want to watch it, I got a video on the screen right now to break it all down. But like I always say, I hope this video brought value to you. Stay beautiful, stay classy, and until next time, check me out.